Hello, my name is Ilan Keren. I'm a patent attorney and owner of this IP firm, Ilan Keren Patent Office. Now, I would like to talk with you about frequent asked questions that I believe that the answer that I will give you now will be beneficial for you, and especially if you would like to start with protecting your invention with patent. So let's begin. The first thing is three questions that you have to ask yourself for preliminary check. For the first one is whether you have a document with details of the specification of your invention. Because to get a patent, you have to be specific. You cannot only talk about general ideas. The second one is a budget. Without money, we cannot move forward. So the budget that you will have to have for the first or the second or the 2 years of the beginning of the process is around 3,000 or 4,000 US dollars. The third one is the check whether this invention was published before, because to get a patent, your invention has to be novel and with inventive step. So if it was published in the past, you will not get a patent, and it will be a waste of money and resources. And a second question that sometimes people ask me is whether it is obligatory to have to build the invention before. So it is not necessary, but it can be beneficial, because if you tackle with some problems that related to your invention and not only think about it theoretically and put it on paper, you can have at the end of this process a much better understanding of your invention and what can be option and what can be done with your invention and how it should be built exactly. And another question is where it is, especially for people outside the US, is where to file the application. Well, also for people outside the US, I recommend a lot of time, in many cases, to file in the US, because the US is in any case a big market, and it can produce a lot of money and income. In any case, there is an international convention that according to which you can have the priority date for 1 year from the date of the filing date of your first invention, for your first application. Another important question is, what is a provisional application? A provisional application is an application that has term of 1 year. After 1 year, it is abandoned or cancelled. Its main advantages are related to some flexibility, and especially in the beginning of the process when the technology is not exactly finalized, and also when you deal with the business development. And so this is an option that you can have if you are not in a hurry to get the patent and enforce it. It's a good option. It's also allow you to delay expenses, which can be important in the first stage of your startup. Another question is sometimes I'm asked is whether there is an international patent. Well, international patent is not existing, does not exist, and but although it is possible to file an international application, but after the international phase, you have to validate it in the designated countries, which derived from your business plan. Okay, so where is your main market? So this is something that you will have to decide. There are some advantages of filing first international application, or to file it after 1 year after you file a national or provisional application. This is something that I can elaborate in a further conversation with you. And the last question for this video is whether it is possible to copy a patent. Why should we bother with filing a patent application at all? Well, a patent is a very, very meaningful tool to leverage your invention. And it gives you some kind of control on the market where you got the patent. So you have to bear in mind that patents are territorial, and if you have a patent in the US, you are protected in the US, and you can prevent anyone else to use your patent and even offer it even through the internet in the US, because the other guy will be susceptible to sue. So somebody else can copy your patent in another country. But still, if you have the control or the kind of monopoly, for example, in the US, you have a lot of option to generate profit in the US, regardless of somebody else that copy your invention, for example, in Sri Lanka or in Morocco or even in larger countries. Still, you have the control on the US market, which is something that is substantial. So I hope those answer in quick video at least answer to some extent some of the main frequent questions that I've been asked. So in any case, I will wish you good luck and hope that you will benefit from our service in IP Ilan Keren.